Man, it feels good than a bitch outside. So now I'm going to address the thing I've been neglecting. I'm gonna get this primered up, so I'm gonna have to fix all this because I neglected it for a while, and I need to do this third brake light and get this all cleaned up and everything, make sure it's all good and ready. Because sometime this week I'm going to be painting the roof. That shit's gonna be fun. Alright, first part of prep is cleaning this bitch. So I gotta clean the area that I'm about to be painting. So let me go ahead and start mixing up some soapy soap water. Alright, soapy water mixed up. Now this isn't the right kind of towel you want to use. You want a lint-free towel. And preferably not a used one, but this is a rat rod and whatever. So, but if you want a good finish that's gonna last, because I don't know how long this is gonna last, but it doesn't matter. I want the effect. Use a lint-free towel. But going back to it, just because it has lint, it's not gonna be bad, because right now this is being prepped to be sanded and stuff. This is the lint-free rag. Is more for when you actually start primering and stuff like that, which I'm still not going to do, and I will tell you why when I get to that step and still use this. With this step, make sure that you wash way more, like a bigger area than just the area you're working on, because you want to make sure all the contaminants is out of your workspace. So now let me rinse this off and we'll go to step 2 into cleaning and getting this cleaned and prepped. Now I got everything all nice and rinsed off. As this is drying off, I do a 3-part cleaning process during body work and paint prep. So after doing a water with soap and water wash, which will get off the majority of grease and dirt and all kinds of other debris, I will go to a wax and tar remover and do the same thing, clean the area with this, dry it, and then I'll go to a solvent cleaning at the very end, make sure there's absolutely no grease and contaminants on the work surface. Too motherfucking windy out. So I brought it inside for the third part with the solvent. I did the wax and tar remover. You already see me do the wash. Look how clean that area is. You can see the reflection. That's dope. You can even see the hand tap. Sick. Anyway, I got one more step to do, and I can start taping it off and getting it ready for sanding. You can tell it's wet. That motherfucker glossy. Anyway, what I like to do is spray the wax and tar remover on there, let it sit for like a minute or so, enough to take like a bong hit or shit. And then it gives it time to bring the oils up to the surface, off the, you know what I'm saying, the surface, and you wipe that hoe off. Just a little tip. Oh, and that goes for both spray can and spray gun. Prep work is pretty much all the same. The cleaner you get it, the better results you get. So I'm kind of half-assing it, not half-assing it. You know? So this sandpaper says wet or dry. I am going to use it dry, but if you were going to use it wet, soak it. But I'm using it dry because I'm using it to prep metal, and I don't need it to be all wet. 400 grit to take out all the 80 grit scratches in there to get it ready to be primered. So real quick, I wanted to show y'all exactly how smooth it is at 400. I haven't even did the wax and grease remover and acetone yet, and look at how it actually has a fucking gloss. It actually transitions all the way through. Look, even a little bit on the primer. That's sick. See right there. And metal. So again, now I'm gonna start cleaning it and prepping it, getting it ready for primer, and that'll finally be sealed off.
I'm on the great black Spaniard, fist full of wood when I pull the drop leg, got swinging, I'm on, bust down 9 for the one day I wake up from this nightmare. I got 100 bitches blowing up my phone, baby, I don't give a fuck right now.
And after about a year of neglect, I finally have it properly primered. And I do have a spray gun and compressor and everything, guys, but I am showing y'all how to do it with rattle can. And I am going to do the whole roof in rattle can. But throughout the project, I will be painting different parts with different methods just to show y'all how you can do this at home and which method may work better for you or which method you may like better. Quick note, I do know I have a fuck ton of overspray, but since I painted it with the truck pretty much dirty, a lot of that should just wash off. Now that I got the old unit out, for a moment I thought these outer ball joints were good, and they are not good. I can move them with my finger. And inner tie rods, I knew this, but totally out of there. And the main reason why I got to change it all out, not just tie rods, is, where's it at? Right there. The bolt hole where the bolt goes into is actually stripped out, and it was a totally wrong screw that was in there holding it in, so it leaked for years. It leaked. So yeah, all of this has been, god damn it, I just stepped in wood. Fucking tweaker neighbors. So knowing that all of it was trash, and since the new unit, the rack has new fresh, as you can see, inner tie rods. I'm a man that likes to keep things on deck, so luckily I already had an extra set of outer tie rods, and I still got a set of inner tie rods if I ever need them for my truck. So that way, when they go out, I don't have to worry about buying them. I have them. So now I got to worry about buying another set whenever I can buy a set, but I'm not rushing. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah, I think it does. So let me start getting this put together to the same length as the old unit so I can bolt it in. Alright, until I can get an alignment, this is my method on how I get the front steering alignment, which would be your toe set. So first I do line it up like dead on. Everything should match up, bolt hole to bolt hole. And then what I do is by eye, I go to each ball joint and measure or try to line up the center. Not by the end, because every ball joint is made different. They have a bigger diameter or whatever, smaller diameter on the outside. You want to go to the center. The center point is going to be center, and that's always going to be the same. So go by the center points. Line those up close to eye. It just makes it easier. So when you get a measuring tape, measure it from somewhere where it's going to be about the same. So that way you get the same distance from the center point to something that's the same over here. And that way you can get the same length on both sides. Alright, so I'm measuring it from that little spot right here. Shooting out the ruler right on top. And it's right around 21 and a quarter. I'm measuring it on the outside of the nipple. It's 21 and a quarter. And then the other one. Right around 21 and a half. So it needs to come in just a hair. Now that I got it dead even, I measured it, they're the same length, tighten down the lock nut and move to the other side, and then I'll get into putting it in. New outer and inner tie rods, because the inner tie rods came with the rack and pinion. The rack and pinion is in, obviously, and after I get the tire on this side and get it lowered, I need to remove that bolt and alignment key to replace it to those alignment keys and those bolts. I couldn't get it earlier, but I figured out how I'm going to do it this time. So yeah. Start on the third brake light because, like I said, sometime this week I'm going to paint the roof and notice some rust. So I go to using the wire wheel and bruh, this motherfucker has been rusting away for a mean minute. This side not so bad. I feel like I could patch that up. But that side is out of there. I'm going to go ahead and delete it, but it's going to be more like a relocate because by Texas law, trucks and SUVs from 94 and up have to have a third brake light, but it's called a center high mount light. And so I'm going to weld this up because of how Swiss cheese it is. And I'm going to make something for the inside so that way it'll be like the sedans, since the plug will go inside and still work the same way. And the way I'm gonna make the template for it is I'm going to use the masking tape method. Alright, now that I got it all masked off, what you do want to do is press along the edges to get the form. Even these little divots and whatnot, that's where the holes are at. So you can get that. Take your little marker and then outline it. And obviously you peel it off. And here's your little template. Now I'm going to transfer it over onto a piece of metal. Just a quick little tip, guys, when you're doing this template like I am, cut on the outside. That way you have like that little 1/8 of an inch extra of material. So when you go and transfer it and cut it out, it will protect you from mistakes. And also when you go and put it onto the back, since it does have a roll, it should line up and help you from fucking up anything. That way you have a little extra material to work with instead of it being too short and having to redo this all over again. You know what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. Brain.
Original, they never will be. Don't give a fuck. So if you really think you want to step to me, keep this in mind. Nobody does it better than me. Original, they never.
Got my little plate cut out. Like right there. I'm working on the curvature of the back end right now. So I'm gonna go get my little hammer and start tapping, getting it into shape. Alright, I got the first round of welds done. Now I'm gonna let it cool a little bit. Then I'm gonna come back, grind it, let it cool, and then weld any little holes or spots that I missed. Get my grinder. I'm gonna grind it down all them welds. Got it pretty smooth. Got some body work and more welding to do, or the other way around. I got some more welding and more body work to do. And note to self and to all y'all, when you weld, please cover your windshield, because now I got pits, like legit pits. Look at that, pieces of, yeah. But then again, that's what you get for using flux core welding on fucking body work. Oh well, rat rod shit. Brain. Those are all the high spots that I just marked that I gotta grind down a little bit more before I get back on the welding part. Looks like I'm taking Joshy C10 for its first official drive. I mean, I've ridden it around like the block and shit like that, but I'm actually gonna take it to the auto parts store. It's pretty close, but it's the furthest it's been in years on its own power. So let's get it. Alright, got the power steering fluid heading home, and it seems like it's not wanting to shift out of first gear. That's a new one. So that's something I gotta look at. That is definitely a priority, because that is no way no. It still won't shift. And I don't want to over rev it, so fuck. Alright, back from lunch. Got Gunslinger in the shop. About to get ready and do the body work on this, so that way I can get it sealed up and get the roof ready for paint. Be doing the lace print. If y'all niggas been following me from a while back, I already got the lace right here. What is it? I don't know, nigga. First round down. So after round 2 of putting a layer of Bondo and sanding it, I used a long block to make sure it's nice and even. So the metal to metal is actually where it should be to. And as y'all see, there's a lot of low spots. There's a lot of spots that I need to fill in. So I'm gonna fill it in one last time, hit it again with the long block, hit it again with the little bitty thing to get the curvature. And then I'm probably going to hit it with the putty 1 or 2 times. And then I'm probably going to get it primered. And depending on what time I get that done, I might start sanding it, the primer, and send that. And then start getting it ready to maybe get painted tomorrow. Alright, so these ugly little spots are still low spots. So I need to hit it with putty because it's not that deep. It's all pretty much level because now we're starting to hit spots outside of the work area. And what else? I'm trying to remember. Okay, I remember. So if you can see the spots that are not necessarily being hit, but there's metal and metal, those are low spots. So what I'm gonna have to do is feather all the way around it to make it look like it was already there. You know what I mean? So when I paint it, it's basically gonna look like I didn't have any body work done to the roof. So it's gonna look kind of, you know what I'm saying? You get what I mean? Yeah. So there's a little piece right here that I'm gonna feather out to make it smooth, just to make it look like everything's dented. Or, you know, keep the original dents. Y'all get what the fuck I'm saying? Fuck.
Don't you think this outlaw shit got another hand? What started out to be a joke, all don't understand what it's saying.
All right, it's happening. I'm prepping it to get the whole thing painted now. I'm done with the little spots and all that good shit. Now let's paint the whole motherfucker, right? Let's get it, Brain.
So here we are now, a superstar now, so far now. I live my life just for the limelight. I love my fans, they make it possible for me to provide for the fam. The fact that my life is in shambles, they could.
This tank ain't no need. I'm about to spend every dollar I made this week on cleaning this Ford and a red flannel that you'll end up taking 'cause you won't sleep and sleep.
Hey boy, is your playlist jumping as you rattle the glass to get more stuff? I know there's something when you wrap me up tight in that car jacket. I'ma steal tonight. Hey boy, ask you to wait for me to rock your world. Just on the radio, feet on the dirt, 6 gear, wide open. I only wanna crash.
I had to get up and grind, I had to focus my brain. They called me out of my mind, they said that I was insane. They say that I can't shine 'cause I've seen too much rain.